Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kiljaedas. How's it going? We are back. That's right, back with another Raiders recap video. It's that time again. Look what we have here. He's so adorable. It's Kiljaedas Jr. Yes, he is. Look at you. You look so cute in your Raiders jersey. Look at that. Yeah. You gotta raise them right, guys. Gotta raise them right. Okay, let's go down. Let Daddy do the rest of his video. I tell you what, guys, it was completely bananas how the season ended last year. But you know what? It is good that Raider football is back. And let's go ahead and recap what happened with our preseason. And just to give you a real rundown, I'm going to go over changes in the front office, changes in the roster, and of course also go over what happened in the preseason. So let's get to it. All right, we're back to where we were. I love the view. So obviously there are some people that have stayed, and you got Mark and Carol Davis as the owners, of course. Our boy Marcel Reese actually was able to stay in the front office, but not only that, he upgraded into the senior vice president / chief strategy officer, whatever that is. I have no idea what the heck that is. Either way, Tom Delaney also stayed in and is the senior vice president / director of football administration. Don't know what that is. Dwayne Joseph was able to stay in, as well as Dwan Daniels. I want to say it's Dwan, not Dujuan, but who knows. But anyways, mainly the notable ones that we can see is, of course, we have Dave Ziegler as our general manager again, as well as Sandra Douglas Morgan, who was who's now our new team president. As she becomes the first yada 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 whatever president. As long as both of them do a good job, that's all I care about. That is all that I care about. Moving on to the changes of our coaches. I loved what Rich Bisaccia did for us. As much as I would love for him to stay, he was let go and everything. But here we go. We got, again, our new head coach, Josh McDaniels, and so many other new people that are coming in. I mean, well, let's face it. Only one person actually kept their job, which is Cameron Clemens. And they're the assistant offensive line. That's it. I mean, this is a huge turnover. Again, it's just what happens when you have a new head coach come in and suddenly, nope, I got to have all my own personnel. It is what it is. Good riddance to people like Greg Olson, who I did not like his offense at all. Good riddance to also Tom Cable. I feel like he just held back the O-line from doing what it needs to be doing. It is what it is. But you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. Moving on to our changes in coaches for defense. I mean, everybody gone. Everybody gone. And of course you got Patrick Graham for the coordinator. And look at that, man. And we also have Uncle Mosh as our senior defensive assistant. Oh, Uncle Mosh. Let me change that. Okay, Rob Ryan is our senior defensive assistant, not Uncle Mosh. I must have done something wrong there, but anyways, hopefully they will be able to get our defense to where it needs to be. Let's just hope for the best for that one. And of course, in our special teams, we have again, Rich Bisaccia, Byron Storer are gone. We have now Tom McMahon and Maurice Drayton. But that is it for our coaches. Let's look at our player losses though for this year. We lost quite a few that we thought were going to be good. I mean, Nick Kwiatkowski is gone. Corey Littleton, Carl Nassib, Kenyon Drake, and of course Alex Leatherwood. Kwiatkowski was just a disappointment. The same thing with Corey Littleton. They were both disappointments. We were hoping for more from them. They just didn't cut it. It helped us out with our cap space and whatnot. It is what it is. Carl Nassib is also gone. Again, okay, Carl Nassib is the first ever yada yada yada, but he was great, and he also made plays, but not enough for us to keep him. So again, he's gone. Kenyon Drake is another one. I don't know what happened in in the training camp, but he just didn't perform to what he needed to be. So he gone. And then, of course, Alex Leatherwood, the most disappointing person out of this entire list up there. Honestly, we wanted him to shore up the right tackle. He didn't do it. We moved to right guard. He did okay, but he was having a Colton Miller year where he was just getting bodied like no other, and we thought to ourselves, is he even the guy to do it? Well, again, we gave him a chance, and in training camp he sucked donkey. He just did. He was getting bodied, and I just remember watching Dolphins game in which he was just getting pushed back like he was nothing, which is something we don't need, especially when we're going against people like Khalil Mack and other people. Like, this can't happen. Moving on, though, we have some trades here. So we acquired Rock Ya-Sin from the Colts in return for Yannick Ngakoue, someone that we just didn't need anymore. The big splash, of course, is Davante Adams at wide receiver. What can you say about that? We just needed for this to happen. A big prime time, one player to just get us going in the wide receiver core. Davante Adams is our number one wide receiver. It's awesome. We also have Jarrett Stidham and everything, who actually proved to be really good, and that is actually our number 2 quarterback. And then, of course, you got the Gillespie, Mullins, and Nick Mullins, and then you got Trayvon Mullen as well. They just didn't pan out. It is what it is. Moving on to our player gains in the free agency. Again, you got to look at it. Chandler Jones, the big time defensive end, here for us to help Max Crosby get to the quarterback. A big pickup. And also we have some other people. Notice the ones that are underlined. Those are the ones that, even though we end up letting them go because they just weren't good enough. So, I mean, it is what it is for that. A couple of them, they're either in the roster or they end up either in the practice squad or possibly the injury reserve list. We'll see. And of course, we got some people in the draft. Well, I mean, we did really good. Every single one of these guys ended up getting on the team. Dylan Parham was a guard. Zamir White, who beat out people like Kenyon Drake to get a good spot for the running back core. Neil Farrell Jr. is also there for defensive tackle, which I find funny because we have Cleveland Farrell, and we know for those who watch Raiders Fan Radio, we know what the joke is about that. Well, yeah, we got other people like Matthew Butler and then Britton Brown, who somehow, surprisingly, actually turned out really well for us too. And of course, moving on to our gains in the undrafted area, which I am looks like I'm blocking the camera a bit for that one. But if you look at it, the only ones that we really didn't get rid of, or the ones that we got rid of, is the Quinterio Cole and Justin Hall, which they are no longer on the team and everything. The rest are either they're on the practice squad, they're on the roster, or they're injury reserve. So some good stout, good depth players, especially with the rookies that we got. Everything's good. Now, here we go. The roster. What can we say about the roster? We have a dynamic offensive roster, guys. There is nothing you can complain about except for one thing. But I mean, honestly, quarterbacks, we have Derek Carr. We have Josh Jacobs at running back, as well as Zamir White, Brandon Bolden, Britton Brown, Amir Abdullah, and we have a full back Jacob Johnson. And wide receivers, Davante Adams, freaking, Mac Hollins, Hunter Renfrow. What can you say about these guys? And then, of course, tight ends, we have Darren Waller, Foster Moreau, two guys that have just been dynamic for us, especially Darren Waller. I mean, who are you going to cover when the ball is hiked and it's a passing play, who are you going to cover? You can only double up a certain amount of players. You only if you double up Renfro, Devontae Adams is going to get open. If you double Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfro, guess what? Darren Waller is going to get open, and so on and so forth. Who are you going to cover? Pick your poison, defense. Pick your poison, because it's all good in the hood for us at offense, except for the offensive line. You know, we do have Lester Cotton, you know, coming in, who has been just a great story about how he has just dug in and just worked his butt off to finally have a spot on the roster. I mean, Colton Miller is Colton Miller. What can you say about him? But the rest of the guys, they got some, they really need to earn their spot and earn their keep. The right tackle is an issue. The right tackle is an issue, and I hope we can address it with whatever we have. And again, this roster is current as of Sunday, September 4th. So we'll see what changes happen while this video is going on. Moving on to defense. Defense, I don't have any complaints about at all. I mean, look at that. You got for your defensive linemen, you know, you got Max Crosby, freaking, you know, Chandler Jones, Jonathan Hankins, Malcolm Kuntz, all these dynamic defensive players that are going to get to the quarterback or plug the holes when there's a running play. I am hoping, for goodness sake, that we improve greatly on the defensive end to where we can legitimately get the stops that we need so we can get the offense to just run up that score. I want to see that score ran up, and I want to see less than 3 touchdowns a game from the defense. That's how much I am looking forward to what's going on. Now, moving on, of course, to linebackers. Divine Diablo, Perryman, all these other good players that have come in. I'm thinking the linebacker core is pretty good. I just hope that they can do what they need to do to cover whoever in order to basically make plays and whatnot. Now, defensive backs, I know my main concern almost every single season on the defensive end is the defensive backs. Jonathan Abram just needs to finally get to where he has officially earned that number 24 jersey, because as of now, he doesn't deserve this jersey. All right. By the way, I'm rocking Charles Woodson right now. Yeah, I normally do that at the end of the video, but I just want to let y'all know that we rocking number 24, the real number 24, Charles Woodson, Hall of Famer. Jonathan Abram needs to have a sliver of that greatness if he wants to be accepted as number 24 and keep being on this team. That's all I know. But again, you have Trayvon Moehrig, you know, Amik Robertson, Rock Ya-Sin. I think we're, and not only that, Nate Hobbs. I think we're going to be fine in our secondary department. And I say that with hesitation a bit, because I have yet to see what they do in action. So fingers crossed on that. And of course, you know, guys, rounding it off is the creme de la creme, our special teams, which has the legendary trio that is Daniel Carlson at kicker, AJ Cole at punter, and Trent Sieg as long snapper. Hell yeah, these guys are legendary, and they're going to continue to be legendary. Daniel Carlson is going to continue to just keep punting in freaking game winner after game winner. AJ Cole is going to, punts are just going to be accurate as heck inside the 20. And Trent Sieg, he's just going to be awesome. Congratulations, by the way, to Trent Sieg and his baby boy. You know, after years of heartbreak and miscarriages and stuff like that, I'm happy for him. Here it is, guys. Our preseason result. We went against the Jaguars in the Hall of Fame game. Won that one 27-11. We went against the Vikings 26-20. Won that. Went all the way to Miami to face the Dolphins. my little brother's team, and we whipped them 15-13, if that's even a whipping. That's not whipping. I'm kidding. But that was a win. And then of course we went to the Patriots, which that's the one that we whipped 23-6. You know, and yeah, it's just preseason. But you know what, guys? This is the first time in franchise history that we have actually went 4-0 in the preseason, which is awesome. But saying that, though, there's a couple of statistics that kind of go against people or teams that have gone 4-0 in the preseason. I mean, they have like a 34% chance of making it to the playoffs. They average about an 8-win season, and so there has been a couple of them that, especially the Lions and the Browns, where they have gone undefeated in the preseason, only end up going 0-16 in the entire season. So I'm hoping that we can prove those numbers wrong. I hope we can, because Lord knows we need it. All right, guys, here's my goals for the Raiders. It's just, again, it's just playoffs. There's no excuses. We just need to make the playoffs. All right. That's all I can hope for them. We got a little taste of that. We barely squeaked in and everything. But now's the time for us to be a dominant figure once again in the AFC West and make sure that we easily get into the playoffs. I don't care how. I don't care if it's a wild card or if we win the West, playoffs. My best prediction for what it is going to be 13-4 for us. That's the best record I can imagine us doing. And the minimum prediction, of course, we have a 10-7 record and whatnot.
Hey, Kiljaedas, what about 24-0?
No! This guy. Anyways, and of course, my second goal is no one gets a freaking DUI during the goddamn season. Are you listening to me, Raiders? Especially you, Nate Hobbs. Don't drink and drive. Seriously. After everything that we've gone through last season, the last thing we need to do is have you guys drink and drive. Call someone. Get an Uber. Something. If you're going to go out drinking, just get a ride home and don't freaking drive. I don't care if you're just having one beer. One beer, you go get yourself an Uber. Just saying. What do you think? Listen, look at this puppy. Look at this puppy. He wants you to not drink and drive. Kiljaedas Jr. wants you to not drink and drive. Ain't that right, Jr.? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Don't drink and drive. Yes. Anyways, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. I know it was a little long. My normal game recaps aren't going to be that long and everything, but hey, that's what happens. All right, so again, I am repping the number 24 Charles Woodson jersey, and I also have my blacked out Raiders hat. And of course, my boy Junior down there, he is wearing his own little Raiders jersey. That's right, for this video. He'll be wearing it on game day. You better believe it. That is it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And as usual, I shall catch y'all later. Bye.